To the Central Kentucky Market Minute, your local weekly real estate update. I'm Kalen Studler, broker and owner of TransactionBroker.com Real Estate and president of Studler and Associates Incorporated Real Estate Appraisals. This show gives you a quick update of local housing market insight each week. Let's get started. Over the past 30 days, 46 homes have closed in Shelby County, down from 52 the previous week, signaling a slight slowdown in late summer market activity. Inventory remains healthy with 148 active residential listings on the market. That translates to an absorption rate of 31% and about 3.2 months of inventory. Conditions that still lean toward sellers, though buyers are starting to see more options. One trend to note, days on market are lengthening. Homes are averaging 58 days before closing with a median of 32 days, showing buyers are taking a little more time to make decisions. Price adjustments reflect this shift as well, with 17 reductions recorded last week. On the pricing side, according to the Greater Louisville Association of Realtors, Shelby County's year-to-date average sale price through July 31st is up 1.52%, while the median price is nearly flat at plus 0.08% compared to last year. This suggests appreciation has cooled, bringing the market closer to balance after recent gains. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed rate now sits at 6.58%, while the 15-year fixed is at 5.69%, both continuing a 6-week downward trend. Here locally, rates are averaging around 6.542%, though that can vary depending on credit score or loan program. On the lending side, the latest Mortgage Bankers Association survey shows purchase mortgage applications up slightly at 0.1%, while refinance has slipped to 3.1%, leaving the overall composite index down 1.4%. If you're looking at selling a vacant home, consider professional staging. Empty rooms can feel cold, small, or hard for buyers to visualize. Staging adds warmth, scale, and flow, helping buyers picture how they'd actually live in the space. According to the National Association of Realtors, stage homes often sell faster and for a higher price compared to vacant homes. Even simple touches like adding furniture to define rooms, hanging artwork, or placing rugs to show scale can make a dramatic difference. For sellers, the cost of staging can be an investment that pays off, especially in markets where buyers have more choices. Remember, buyers shop with their eyes first, and a staged home makes a stronger emotional connection. For local activities in Shelby County this week, there's something for everyone, from creative workshops and family fun to fresh produce and fall festival vibes. On Wednesday, August 27th, the Extension Office hosts Laugh and Learn Playdates from 5 to 6, perfect for parents looking for low-key weekday programs. On Friday, August 29th, swing by the pop-up farmers market at Southeast Christian Church for local produce and community vibes. Then head into the weekend for the much-loved Shelbyville Fall Art and Craft Festival at the fairgrounds on August 30th and 31st, with artisan vendors, food trucks, live tunes, and activities for all ages, and all in support of our local animal shelters, so don't miss it. This week's featured listing is 2713 Elmberg Road. Listed at $675,000, you can experience Kentucky living at its finest on this 8.37 acre estate just outside Shelbyville. This custom-built one-owner home features 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths on the main level, plus an additional bedroom and full bath in the partially finished walkout basement. With 2,821 square feet of living space, a spacious sunroom, and a stair-free main level, the design blends comfort with convenience. Energy efficiency shines with a geothermal heating and cooling system, keeping utility costs low year-round. Outside, enjoy a 30 by 40 barn with electric, roughed-in plumbing, and an attached lean-to shed, perfect for hobbies, storage, or livestock. This property also boasts wide road frontage, serene views, and a mix of open space and privacy, all within easy reach of US 60 and I-64 for commuting to Louisville, Lexington, or Frankfort. For more information or to schedule a private showing, contact Matt Freer at TransactionBroker.com at 502-319-1184. Thanks for tuning in to this week's update. Next week, we'll take a closer look at the real estate market in Franklin County. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Central Kentucky, visit transactionbroker.com to connect with a local expert and explore your options. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and listen on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Podcasts. We've got interviews coming soon with loan officers, agents, elected leaders, and local housing experts, so make sure you're subscribed and ready. And if you're watching on YouTube or the Frankfurt Plant Board Least Access Channel 20, stay tuned right after this for a showcase of some of our featured listings. I'm Kalen Studler, broker at transactionbroker.com, and I'll see you next Wednesday. day.